Hey, good morning, everybody. Oliver here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to lose weight while eating anything you want and not having to put your body into ketosis. So, first off, just good morning. I just woke up here. I'm on my deck in the backyard, and I did. A lot of people have been asking me, like, what does it you mean by you can just eat whatever you want? I don't really get it. And so, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about how I can eat anything I want, right? And lose weight. And I threw in there, without putting my body into ketosis. And we'll just see where this goes, okay? So, I was, let's see. So, we rewind the clocks a little bit, and I remember I was sitting at my computer, and I wanted to lose weight, and I wanted to look good, and I wanted to get this excess body fat off of my body, and so I started looking for ways to do that. How am I going to get a six pack? How am I going to cut this body fat? How am I going to be able to look good and feel good and gain this extra confidence that comes with all this stuff, right? And so I'm sitting at my computer, and I got my 4 monitors up, and I had these 4 monitors set up there because I used to trade stocks. And I'm sitting there and I'm typing on my keyboard, and I got Google open, and I'm looking at Google, and I'm typing into the Google search bar. I'm typing in how to get cut up, how to lean up, and hit search, and a million results come up, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking through everything. And I find a lot of things, but then I finally find this one specific book on there that's it was by Mike Matthews. I remember it still, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger. And I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I open the book and I go there and I scroll down, and man, he's talking exactly about what I need, right? He's talking about how he's going to help me lose this body fat. He's going to help me cut down. I'm going to have bigger muscles. Oh man, I mean, there's everything I needed to do, right? And then he had all these clinical studies listed, referencing everything. Like every time he made a claim, there was a clinical study right there to back it up. And I was like, wow, this is perfect. This guy knows what he's talking about. He's not just making this up. It's not just something, his ideas. And so I was like, okay. So I bought the book, right? So there I am. I bought the book, and I'm reading the book, and it took me a while, but I don't remember what point. But as I'm reading through the book, and I'm getting all these ideas. I'm learning the ideas about how do you actually going to be able to achieve what I want. And there was this one spot in the book that I remember very clearly still right now, and that was the spot where he told the story. There was this doctor who did an experiment on himself. And the experiment on himself was to basically, he's just going to eat junk food, only junk food for the next 30 days, and he's going to lose weight. And he's really going to drive the principle home, right? That the main principle that the book was talking about was, just cut your calories. And the only thing that mattered was calories. Calories are king. And so he wanted to prove it. He wanted to prove and cut out all of the belief, right? So he did it. He went on this diet. He documented everything. And he had all these clinical studies referenced. And he did it. After 30 days, he ate nothing but junk food. And he lost weight. And he was actually healthier because he had lost the weight. His cholesterol levels were lower. His blood pressure was down. And it blew my mind. I was like, holy mackerel. So you're telling me that the only thing I need to worry about is calories. Because at this point, I'd heard a lot of different things. I heard people tell me, oh, you got to eat healthy. You got to eat your vegetables. You got to eat all these different types of foods that are going to be healthy and low in fat. And so I thought you had all these other things you had to worry about, but it wasn't. It was simple. The simple thing was all I had to worry about was calories. And I thought, okay, wow, interesting. So now I want to move into another story where I had a second epiphany, right? Okay, so bear with me here. And So on this other story, I was actually at the hospital in Guam. I was inside the hospital in Guam. It's a beautiful hospital. It was a brand new hospital, and they built this thing right on the ocean. Right, it was incredible, and all the windows overlook the ocean. I mean, it's on a cliff too. It's like elevated on a cliff, way up, overlooking the Pacific Ocean. It was amazing. Like, they literally just constructed this hospital. And anyway, they designed the hospital. It was really interesting the way they designed it. It was the structures. It was different levels, but there was a central point, almost like the central heart of your body. And there's a central heart in the hospital, and you could see all the different arteries going through to the different locations of the hospital. It was an interesting hospital, right? But anyway, they had this one section that I was going to, and this section was called, it was the section that was teaching this class called Ship Shape. I'd never been there. I enrolled. The only reason I enrolled in this class was because I was enrolling to have more, a better understanding of people that I was trying to help lose weight. And the people I was trying to help lose weight, right, they were, I was a personal trainer. I was a personal trainer in the Navy. And I had all these people assigned to me that had been overweight. And so one of the things they had to decide was, how are they going to manage their nutrition? Because as a personal trainer, I only dealt with like the physical fitness side. I wasn't really focused on the nutrition, right? And so one of the programs was Ship Shape, and I had no clue what Ship Shape was. And I was like, I got to go. I got to enroll in this. I'm just going to be just like any other student going there to learn how to lose weight. That way I can understand if it's good or not at this class, right? So anyway, I was in the hospital, walking down the artery to this section where they were teaching Ship Shape. And I go in, and it was actually the cafeteria. They were using the cafeteria. There was no one in there eating, but they had reserved the cafeteria for the class. It was an hour class. So I walk in, and the first thing I had me do is step on the scale. And so I step on the scale, and it was my initial weigh-in into the course. And so I sat down. There's about 6-7 other students in the class. And I look around, and they're all, they look like they're overweight. I'm definitely the only one there that I wasn't too overweight, so they might have been confused about why I was there, but I didn't care. I just hope I didn't make them uncomfortable, because they might not want to share because they don't know about me. But luckily it wasn't the case, and I got to just fit right in. But so anyway, I remember the instructor walks in. Mr. Martinez was his name. I'll never forget the guy. Kind of a shorter guy, about 5 feet tall, brown hair. He walked with a sense of confidence. I don't know what it was about the way he walked, but there was definitely this sure of himself, the way but he was happy, but sure of himself, just kind of strolled in, introduced himself to the class and everything, and very sympathetic dude. Like, every time he answered a question, he answered your emotions. Like, that sounds frustrating. And it was just, I love the guy, and I learned so much from this class. But anyway, the first week in the class, right, so I'm in there, and the whole theme of this class, what it turned out being, was energy in versus energy out. And he drilled that into us on the first day of the class. And so he had the same idea. He was saying, look, the only thing that matters is calories. Nothing else matters. He says, I'm going to teach you about nutrition. Remember, this is coming from a hospital. I'm going to teach you about how to be healthier throughout this course, because it's good to be healthier. It's good to eat foods that are going to be better for your body and benefit your body. But that's not what we're concerned about today. This course is for you to lose weight. And the only thing that you need to worry about in this course is calories in versus calories out. And he gave an analogy. I remember this analogy still to this day, and I loved it. It really just, I don't know what it was about it, but it just really helped me drive home for me what he was talking about, right? Energy in versus energy out. So he starts talking about being at a gas pump, okay? So here I am, I'm at a gas pump, and I walk up to the gas pump, I get out of my car, I shut the door, I go over to the gas pump, I start pumping in my credit card, and then I pop in my zip code. I grab the nozzle out, I pump it into my my car, and I start, waiting for it to pump, and just, sitting there looking around, and as it's filling up, and then I finally hear the click, and okay, it's done. So, but instead of going over there to remove the nozzle from the gas tank, I'm gonna do something different, right? I'm gonna squeeze the trigger again. I want to put more gas into the tank, right? That's what I want to do. So I reach down and I squeeze the trigger. And I think you know this, right? The gas tank isn't designed to hold any more gas in that tank. It's not like it's going to expand wider because I want to put more gas into it. It doesn't work like that. This gas tank is a certain size, and as soon as I pull that trigger, bad things are going to happen, right? So I squeeze the trigger, and then gas just goes everywhere. It starts spraying all over the car. It starts spraying all over my face. It starts spraying all over the ground. It starts spraying over the guy behind me. People are looking at me like I'm crazy. They're thinking, what the hell is this guy doing? Why is he spraying gas everywhere? And that was the analogy. That is exactly what your body does when you're eating more than you're using, than more than your body has space for. More than you're taking in more energy than your body's using. And when that happens, that fat is spraying all over your body. It's landing in your hips, it's landing in your butt, it's landing in your stomach, it's landing in your chest. Have you ever eaten a steak and you cut open a steak and there's just marble chunks of fat random places in the meat? Because that's how your body sprays fat everywhere. It takes a shotgun and goes boom, and the fat just sprays everywhere, right? So that's what fat does, right? So fat, anyway, so that was my epiphany, right? Okay, I learned that it's energy in versus energy out. Okay, the only thing that matters is calories is king. So that's what I was going to do, right? So let's go do this. So I go on the journey. I go on the journey of doing this. So I go out and I start only caring about calories. I eat whatever I want. I don't care about it's healthy or not. It doesn't matter because I'm trying to go get cut. I'm trying to get lean. I'm trying to lose my body fat. That's what I care about. So there was challenges along the way, though. There was certain things that make this a little bit harder. Like, it's not like your body has a gas gauge and it's just like, hey, you're getting low on calories, you need to put some more in. It doesn't work like that. It's not like I have this built-in mechanism that's just telling me, hey, you need 200 more calories and then you're done. You can't eat anymore. Okay, so I had to download all these freaking apps. I had to start logging stuff. Holy mackerel, it turned into a nightmare trying to keep track of the calories that are going into my body. And then trying to keep track. And then my body's changing all the time. As soon as I lose weight, the amount of calories I need goes down. And then there's a lot of math going into this. And I struggled with it. I didn't like it. And I couldn't eat certain places because I didn't know what they're putting in their food. But another thing I noticed too was there's a lot of other people out there that talk about different things about how to lose weight, right? They talk about, you got to eat certain foods or you can't eat certain foods. And so those could be challenges too because, people are challenging my belief. My belief is calories are king. And until I achieve that, I don't know, right? And so people are coming up to me and talking about this big fad right now is ketosis, right? And putting your body into ketosis and doing a ketogenic style lifestyle, and it's all crap. You know why it's crap? Because calories is king, right? I can't follow that. I have to follow calories is king. So and the cool thing is I finally got there. And I never did put my body into ketosis. I never had to do that. I never had to cut out carbohydrates. I never had to cut out fats. I ate whatever I wanted. I ate sugar. I ate fruit. I ate bread. I ate cake. I ate ice cream. I ate whatever I wanted. And I got down to 8% body fat before finally something happened in my brain. And I went into what I I found the internalization method, which I talked about in another video, in which I didn't even have to count calories anymore, and I ended up started losing weight without even having to document, log, anything. It was like a magical thing that had happened where I can go into I just lose weight now. It's almost like dang, what is it like? I can't think of the analogy right now. I had it earlier, but it'll come to me. But basically, it's like as soon as you understand something so well in your mind that you don't have to think about it anymore. It's just part of you. It just becomes part of you, and the way that you are and the way you do things. And it's like breathing. There, that's what I knew it was something. I was like, it's like breathing. Do you think about breathing? Do you sit there every day and be like, okay, breathe out. Breathe in. Okay, breathe out. No, you don't. You don't think about breathing, right? Just like I don't think about what I'm eating anymore, but I'm losing weight and eating it. And I call it the internalization, man. You've internalized breathing. Well, you're internalizing weight loss is what I call it. And that magical thing happened, and then I went down to 5% body fat without even counting calories or anything else. And it's pretty cool. So yes, you lose weight. You don't need to cut out certain foods in your diet, like a ketosis diet where you're cutting out they recommend you cut out all carbohydrates almost. Basically, you don't eat carbohydrates and you replace them with fat, and your body is going to use fat as an energy source instead of carbohydrates, and you go into ketosis where your body is now burning fat as an energy source. Guess what? At the end of the day, if you eat more calories than you took in, you're going to put on fat. I don't care what you're using as an energy source. Doesn't matter. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay? The only thing that matters is calories. Calories are king. That's the only reason they're losing weight, is because they're taking in less calories at the end of the day than they're using. I don't care if you want to eat a pound of fat for your diet because you're in ketosis, go for it. But if you don't take in less calories at the end of the day, you're not going to lose weight. It's been proven. Anyway, that's how that's what I want to talk to you about today. That's what matters. That's how you lose weight. And if you want to fast forward the internalization method, you can go on my waiting list. I got a course coming out here really soon. I'm really excited about it. Go to my website and just put in your name and email, and you'll go on the waiting list. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for everyone that came to watch, and I will talk to you later.